This is Susan with her pretty music box. Inside the music box is a tiny house, and inside the house is a tiny room, and inside the room is a family of dolls that live in little boxes of their own. Here is Father, Mother, Christopher and Elizabeth, and these are their adventures in the world of Motherhouse. It's Easter morning and the children are palpably excited. Now then, says Father, you know not to interrupt Mother when she's rocking. But Father, exclaims Christopher, it's Easter Day. Your eggs are in a chest in the garden, says Father. Now make yourselves scarce. The builders will be here to extend the atrium shortly. The children rush to the garden, and sure enough, inside the chest is their pocket money and 2 eggs. A chocolate egg for Christopher to enjoy, and a real egg for Elizabeth to nurture, to hatch and rear a chicken from, which she will dispatch, pluck, stuff and cook for Sunday lunch, that she may learn the ways of the kitchen. The builders have arrived, so the children are out for a walk. Look, says Christopher, it's the bric-a-brac shop. Let's go inside. In the heart of town there's a little shop filled with treasures old and new where we love to stop. Bric-a-brac shop filled with odds and ends. Bric-a-brac shop where the fun never ends. From antique clocks and vintage clothes to mummified folks with too many toes. Come on down to the bric-a-brac shop and see what you can eternally bind. You never know what treasures await, so come on down and unwind. In the corner of the bric-a-brac shop, Christopher has found something unusual. What's this? The children wonder. This is a multiplication box, explains Sandra, the shopkeeper. A multiplication box? Asks Elizabeth. What's that? What indeed? You put something inside and it multiplies. Just press a number, it's easy to do. You can turn 1 into 6, 9 into 12, or perhaps 102. 1 becomes more. You decide. You can make sure you've got plenty. You can turn 1 into many more, like 4 or 2020. Everyone gets 1 free use, says Sandra, but there are 2 very important rules you must learn. The first rule is that when you use it, the original item is gone forever. The second rule is... But it was too late. The children were already rushing home to get something to put into the multiplication box. Can you guess what they went to get? That's right, they fetched their Easter eggs. I'll go first, said Christopher, putting his chocolate egg into the box. Let me see now. How many can I eat? Christopher pressed 20, and lo and behold, the box gave a beep and out popped 20 chocolate eggs. I'll have 20 as well, said Elizabeth, popping her egg into the box. Beep, 20 hen's eggs. Eggs. So many eggs. Have you ever seen so many eggs? Too many to carry? I wish they had legs. This certainly is an unfeasible amount of eggs. How will we get all these eggs home? Worried Elizabeth. I didn't think of that, admitted Christopher. Well, this is a bric-a-brac shop, Sandra told the children. Perhaps you can buy something to carry them in. So Elizabeth spent all her pocket money on a lovely wheelbarrow to carry her eggs in, while Christopher spent all of his on a great big bucket that was just big enough to shove his chocolate into. When he got home, Christopher affixed his sweet feast onto an impromptu rotary system, enabling him to remain stationary during the period of consumption. Elizabeth carefully placed her eggs into straw that she had pre-warmed with the carcasses of badgers Father had shot that morning. What can go wrong? What can go wrong? At the point of culmination of his prefatory song, what could be amiss as the music cools for 2 little miscreants who didn't listen to the rules? Later that day, Elizabeth came looking for Christopher. He was locked in the bathroom crying. What's wrong? Elizabeth shouted through the door. I feel sick, sobbed Christopher. I ate 12 chocolate eggs and now I can't see my feet. And my stools have become extremely loose to boot. Go and fetch the doctor. I can't, said Elizabeth. My eggs are nice and warm and I think they're about to hatch. Sure enough, when Elizabeth returned to the pen, the eggs had hatched and all the baby chicks were looking for someone to become their mother. Of course, Elizabeth was the first face they saw. Mummy! They cried in unison. Mommy! Too many eggs, too many chicks, an aching belly, a head full of ticks, a chocolate expulsion's not at all fun. The chicks are so hungry, they're eating their mum. Oh, if only I'd been content with my single egg, wailed Christopher as he felt his bowels loosen once again. Oh, if only I had just one chick to look after, sobbed Elizabeth as the cheeping balls of fluff nipped her all over with their tiny sharp beaks. Then, sure as night follows day, the chicks disappeared. Likewise, Christopher's bloating and multiple evacuations ceased as if they had never been. Thank goodness for that, sighed Elizabeth, rubbing at her sore arms. Yes, admitted Christopher, but where did everything disappear to? Children returned to the shop and explained what happened. That's the second rule that you didn't stop to hear, Sandra told her. The things you get from the multiplication box will eventually...
You have 20 of each. That meant they lasted for 2 hours. Now we have no eggs at all.
And on my bucket then. Father is foraging for nuts and berries. Did you learn some important lessons today? He asked. Yes, smiled Christopher. We should have been happy with what we were given and not been covetous, lest we succumb to the vitriol of blind greed. And we should always learn and understand the rules and regulations, intoned Elizabeth, to prevent falling afoul of hidden clauses. We had an egg each and pocket money, said Christopher. Now we have no money, no eggs, and some useless receptacles. Not that useless, said Father with one of his smiles. Christopher and Elizabeth have learned never to taketh generosity at face value. Now they're assisting a building crew. And so ends another tale in the Motherhouse, and the dolls return to their forever boxes in their forever home, in Susan's pretty music box, until the next conjunction of the spheres at least.